So I had lots of awesome questions of how I added 10 listings a day to my Etsy shop for 30 days in May of 2021 as a mom of 2 boys who works full-time as a middle school teacher, runs an Etsy shop, a Redbubble shop, and I guess now this YouTube channel too. Today's video is going to be 5 tips plus a quick bonus on how to create print-on-demand designs that sell, the psychology behind the mindset to get there, and I'm not going to tell you how to use Photoshop or Canva, as there's certainly more than enough resources on that, but I am going to tell you how to actually sell whatever it is that you make. And since Q4 is just around the corner with hopefully some of the best sales we can hope for in 2021, go ahead and post your print-on-demand or Etsy shop link in the comments for a shop shout out in the next video. Today's first tip is to think about who the ideal customer is. Is it an amateur fencer who loves chocolate pudding? Or is it someone who works as a writing editor who also loves cats? I know what you're thinking. I want everyone to buy my shirts. And I understand this psychology because you don't want to feel you're leaving people out. But more often than not in e-commerce, this is what you actually need to do. When you niche down, you are intentionally leaving out segments of the market so the other segments can't possibly say no to what you're selling. If you think about kids' toys, most kids' toys aren't made for kids of all ages. It's usually for a very specific age, like under the age of 3, because the pieces are larger so the child will not choke. Or it's for kids over the age of 8 because the assembly instructions require fine motor skills and the ability to read. You actually don't want the child under the age of 3 to play with teeny tiny pieces. So you need to pick something extremely specific for your design niche and designs, like moms who love turtles or teenage girls who love sea turtles. If you think you're specific, get more specific. If your items aren't selling, it's probably because they're not specific enough yet. Now, I love to procrastinate, but it really helps to stay focused, prioritize your time, and chunk things into smaller amounts. Try as much as you can not to feel like you have to do everything at once and get overwhelmed, but also have a goal and make sure it gets done no matter what. What I found works best for me if I want to create 10 new listings or 10 items a day is to start early in the day and to spread the work out throughout the entire day versus procrastinating until the very end of the day. But I only had to regret not starting until after 10 p.m. one of the days, and I really do love to procrastinate. In particular, I created the designs and the photos that I needed for the listings earlier in the day, as I find this is the most tedious and requires the most creative energy. Then I added the listings later in the day, as I found this to require less thinking than the design and photo creation process. The third tip for you to come up with ideas for listings is to use ideas that are requested from your customers. This is one of the times where selling on a marketplace like Etsy can give you invaluable information from the interactions with your customers and their requests. I know it can be annoying sometimes to add something new to your shop when your customer asks, but if you have the chance to quickly add an item to your shop when the customer asks for it, especially if it's a variation of something you already have on offer, not only can you pretty much automatically guarantee you'll have a sale and likely a positive review, since you are adding something to the shop so quickly for the customer and they really appreciate that. But also the customer is probably asking you to add this because it's not available anywhere else, which means it's also likely to get sales again and again in the future. Even when I added items to the shop I was skeptical about, but I did it anyways, I've always received future sales from these items. And the fourth way to create print-on-demand designs that will sell is to create phrases or design ideas that can be duplicated across multiple niches. Some of these phrases are already trademarked or likely will be by the time you see this video, but simply only as an example, the idea of those designs that were "this girl loves her husband," or this girl is a great scientist, or any use of the keep calm and carry on phrase are examples of finding a phrase or creating a phrase or design and then pushing it out across as many niches as possible. And this can be a quick and easy way to get many more items out in your shop. And the fifth tip is to use templates, whether those are templates for your designs, whether those are templates for your photos, or for your descriptions, your tags, your titles. This can even be for listings that are duplicated in Etsy. In Redbubble, you can copy the settings to add a new design without having to start completely from scratch. And in Shopify, I would copy an existing item and then change the photo and the text for SEO accordingly, such as the title, the description, the tags. On any of these platforms, it absolutely does not matter if the previous item or listing was successfully sold or not. I also have mock-up photos in Photoshop ready to go to have the designs added. Or of course, you can use Canva or whatever design software you prefer. And just to get things going creatively, I love to search on the website Creative Market, whether that's for color palette inspiration or to pick up a new font or two before embarking on creating some new designs. Okay, it's time for the bonus. And the bonus tip is to make sure you know your keywords for SEO before you start. If you already have a sense of what the keywords are, you won't have to search them up for every single listing. And it also helps to start to know which items or words are trademarked and copyrighted. And it helps to know how to rearrange your keywords at least a little bit for what customers are searching for. You can search on Justia or USTPO for newer words or phrases you're unfamiliar with. And I would recommend taking some time to make one really exceptional listing and then use some of the same popular keywords for other listings. Just as an example, if you were selling dark chocolate, you could use the keywords dark chocolate bar, dark chocolate gift, dark chocolate lover's gift, gift for dark chocolate lovers. And after a while, you start to find that each niche has its own signature keywords. But if you're not sure, then you can take a look at the tags other shops are using in erank.com. And for the love of everything that's good, stay out of trouble and don't copy the tags, titles, or even the exact design, but get a sense of some of the other types of word combinations. Then think more about the customer who might like the item, and then include those keywords in your tags. And again, if you're the lucky shop who would like a shout out in the next video, then please leave a comment down below. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. See you later, superstar. Blah, 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 blah.